Hope you're having a great week so far. In this video, depending on your previous diets, your current life situation, and how much body fat you want to lose, I'm going to be talking about why your approach to fat loss doesn't need to be as stressful as you think. I will also share important fat loss tips and 2 calorie adjustment methods you should be using right now to make your fat loss a whole lot easier. So let's get into it. First is that you need to know that you need to give your body a chance to recover and get back to normal before you can effectively diet again. This diet recovery period doesn't mean that you should start eating everything in sight or become inactive completely. During this time, you should be focusing on increasing your calorie capacity, the amount of food you can eat, your strength, but also making sure that your body fat level and your weight stays in check. This is called reverse dieting, and if you haven't already, make sure you check out this video that I created that talks about this in specific and in details, and I'll leave the link to that in the description box below so you can check it out later after this video. Successfully recovering and building your calories back up to normal and hopefully past it should be an important step for you. This will help with the physical and psychological effects of being in a caloric deficit once you get to your fat loss phase. Since your goal during a fat loss phase is to maintain your muscle while also losing as much fat as possible, it's best that you aim for a slower weekly weight loss. And depending on your fat loss goals, this usually means that you're going to be in a caloric deficit longer than several weeks. When I was preparing for my natural bodybuilding show, I was in my fat loss phase for 51 weeks, and the goal that I had was to lose 0.5 pounds a week until I get to the body fat percent that I needed to be in so that I can step on stage and be competitive. I chose to go as slow as possible because my main goal is to still make sure that I can retain as much muscle as possible during this time where my calories were really low. And for some people, even though you're not planning to step on stage or to compete, your main goal should still be to maintain and retain as much muscle as possible during your fat loss phase. Knowing the length of time that you will be dieting is an important part of your approach to fat loss. Not only does planning reduce stress, but this also ensures that you can monitor your progress. It's okay if you want to go through your fat loss phase without a break, and it can be done, but it's not ideal if your dieting takes more than 8 weeks or 2 months. If your fat loss phase exceeds more than 2 months, to make sure that you're able to adhere to it while also decreasing the side effects of being in low calories for such a long time, you're going to have to use calorie adjustment methods called refeeds and diet breaks to successfully reach your goal. Really quickly, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. That would be really cool and it would really help me out. Thanks. Refeeds is a calorie adjustment method where you increase your calories for 1 to 3 days, mainly through your carbohydrates while keeping your proteins and fats the same. You don't want to increase your protein and fats because leptin, which is a hormone responsible for decreasing your appetite, is greatly affected when you increase your carbohydrates. If you increase your calories from, let's say, 1000 to 1500, the extra 500 calories will then be used to increase your carbohydrates to 125 grams, and this will be added to total carbohydrates for that day. When choosing how many refeed days you want to have in the week, keep in mind that the more you have in the week, the lower the calories will be for your other regular days. Let's say that your total calories for the week is 7,000 and you choose to have 3 days of refeed that equals to 500 calories each extra. This means that your other 4 days will be regular days that equals to 650 calories each. Refeeds are great because you don't have to increase your total dieting weeks by using this calorie adjustment method. So if in the beginning you tell yourself that your total fat loss phase will last for 4 months, not only will you reach this goal, but with refeeds, you will feel a lot better in the end and less inclined to go on a post-dieting binge due to being restricted for so long. Diet breaks, on the other hand, will increase your total dieting weeks because unlike refeeds, where you only have to increase your calories for 1 to 3 days, with diet breaks, you actually have to increase your calories to maintenance level for 1 or 2 weeks. Diet breaks are great because the recovery effects that you will experience is going to be way better compared to refeeds. This is due to the fact that the time that you will spend in your maintenance calories will be a lot longer. But ideally, you should not be extending your fat loss phase longer than you should or longer than what's optimal for you and your lifestyle, regardless if you use this calorie adjustment method. With that in mind, I suggest that you use diet breaks only when you really have to or when you start feeling the fatigue of being in a diet for such a long time. In my own experience with coaching people over their fat loss and in competing in natural bodybuilding, refeeds are better because it's motivating to continually see your weight drop weekly, unlike with diet breaks where there's a chance that your weight might go up at the end of the week. which might cause you to have to reevaluate the total amount of time that you're going to be spending in your fat loss phase. Applying these fat loss tips and calorie adjustment methods will definitely help make sure that your approach to fat loss is less stressful. And of course, having a plan that fits your lifestyle will greatly improve your chances of success and sustainability of it. If you got value from this video, make sure you leave some comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. I got some videos up here if you haven't seen them. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.